Hey everybody, got a minute to talk about 2022, and it's time. I think 2022 is time. It's time for you to become the motivator, for you to become the inspirer or the inspiration. It's time for you to become the attitude adjuster. Now, why do I say that? So, listen, if you're a manager or an owner or a supervisor of a company, trust me, your staff are coming back to work after a very long holiday. And let's face it, a lot of them have been living the life. They've been eating what they want, drinking what they want, going to bed the time they want, and waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so basically, they've been living the millionaire lifestyle for the past month. Okay, and now they have to get up early. They have to watch what they do. They've got to go all the stuff that they need to do. So trust me, I don't care how nice you are as a manager or a boss or a supervisor. Trust me, these people don't want to be at work. Your kids have had, man, for the last 2 years, things have been on and off and up and down. But now, to a large extent, they've got to go back in and they've got to start studying and learning and facing the discipline and the teachers. And heaven help them, they've got to face the teachers. So they also don't feel like it. So, and if you look at the country, I mean, we've got unemployment, we have the economy still tanking, we've got crime, we've got, I mean, let me not make this a negative thing. You just got to watch any news bulletin and you're going to see the stuff that's going on. And now people have to go out every day and go back to work. Now, where they're going to get the energy from, where they're going to get the light from, where they're going to get the belief and the inspiration, you. You are going to be the inspiration because that's what the world needs right now. Do you understand? For the last 30 years, odd, I've been known as a motivational speaker. And as much as I hate the title, it just seemed to make sense to a lot of people. So, what is motivation? Motivation truly is motive for action. So, you take the word motive, which means reason for doing something, and then you got ation. But if you just drop the letter C, in there, you'll see a motive for action. Okay. And action is what we do. So it's the reason to do stuff that you need to do. So we need people to find a motive to take action. Now, where they're going to find that motive? Because everything around them, the social media, the news, everyone's down. They're going to need somebody who is going to inspire them and motivate them. Now, a lot of intellectual people for the last 30 years have been saying motivational speakers are a waste and rah rah doesn't work. Well, let me tell you something. Rah rah does work. Motivation does work. When someone is feeling down, when somebody doesn't know a way out, when somebody's not feeling up to it, and you get somebody coming into their area and giving them a different take, getting them to see the world from a different point of view, or giving them ideas and stuff that they haven't thought of, or more importantly, giving them examples. That's what motivators do. That's all I do. I'm a storyteller that has a whole bunch of things that can help people get to another level or get out of a slump or go out and do things. Okay. Now, where do they look? They look to you. You are the motivator. Now, I don't care whether you're motivating a team of 1,000 in some massive big corporate, or whether you've got 5 or 6 people in some small little office, or whether the team you have to motivate are 2 kids and a wife, or a husband and 3 kids, or it's an aunt or an uncle. I don't care how big or how small. The time is now that you have to become that motivator. You have to make sure that you get people believing in themselves. You get people looking forward to the future. Now, so how do you do this? Number one, be an example. Start doing the things that you want other people to do. People, it's that old concept of monkey see, monkey do. If they see you, the best way to motivate is seeing somebody do something on a daily basis, on an ongoing basis, and they see you doing it, and then they will copy it. That's the best way to motivate people, okay? So it means getting up when you don't want to. It means getting them up. It means smiling. Put a smile on your face, for crying out loud. Put a smile on your face. Did you know it's almost impossible to smile at somebody without them smiling back? It doesn't work. Watch. I'll even smile in the camera, and I guarantee you're smiling right now, aren't you? No, you are. No, you're smiling. Yes, you are, you see. You cannot. And you know what that does? I do something with my mouth, my body, my face, and it affects the people who are watching. And when you do it personally, it makes such a big difference. So you lift your chin and speak out positively and focus on the positive things in your work, and focus on pockets of excellence in your business and use that as an example. Sit with people and set small and long-term goals. Ask them, what do they want to achieve this year? And you know what? Yes, things are tough. We come off 2 years, almost like the 2 missing years. So maybe what you want to do is sit down and do small little things with them. Like, what is the small little goal you want personally? What's the small little thing you want to achieve here at work, okay? Declare a 30-day no watching bad news moratorium. If they come across anything on social media, they can't watch carte blanche. I mean, Derek is a big mate of mine, but ban people from watching programs that are negative, and don't watch the news. I promise you, it's like cleansing your soul, okay? Start the year off with some positive bang. Get a motivational speaker in. Yes, I know, it's a little plug to get people like myself in to speak to people, but you know what? Get people in to sit and talk to your people about the positive things that are not only happening in the country, but can happen when they start doing things, okay? Negative people and intellectual people, these are the people that need motivation more than anything else. Here's the thing. If you're an intellectual, if you are a person who's got lots of skills, you still get down and depressed. It's one thing to have the knowledge. It's one thing to have the skills, but then to apply that knowledge, to have the will to go out and do things. That's the big difference. So let's face it, skill, training department. But hold on. You've got to be motivated in order to go and contact the training department to improve your skills. You got that? Someone once said, employ the attitude, and you don't have to even worry about the skill. Because if you employ the attitude, you'll definitely train the skill because the person will want to, okay? So motivate. Lazy people need motivation. And remember, we're all lazy. Our brains are designed to be lazy. Did you get this? Our brain will tell us, don't get up and exercise. Don't take a long time to cook a meal. Take a shortcut. Our brains are designed to protect us. That comes from a neuroscientist, which I once worked with. They tell us that our brains are designed for us to be lazy. So we need somebody, and maybe it's an external stimuli, to come in and say, how do you beat that? The 5-second rule. In other words, as soon as you think of doing something, you got 5 seconds to get up and go do it. I'm not going to go into that woman's work, but that's the type of thing we need to do right now, okay? So when it comes to motivation, it starts with you, which means you have to be a self-motivator. Personal leadership is what we're talking about now. In other words, again, the best way to change other people's behavior is to get them to witness you changing your behavior. So that means that you have to lead by example. You have to get up before other people. You have to be in before they get in. Maybe you have to leave after everybody's gone. You have to start ticking the boxes. What it means to every time you exercise, every time you do something that you know you should do, have a list of things you need to do and just tick the box every day. I've got a couple of jars of marbles, and every day I work out, I take a marble and I drop it in. And every day I do cold canvassing, or any day I create something, I take a marble and I drop it in that jar. And I've got all these jars, and that's what I do on a day, because it forces you to be the example, okay? Hey, listen, be an example to your kids. Your kids have seen you drink. They've seen you fall down. They've seen you control a bubbles, okay? Now maybe let the kids see you eating correctly. Let them see you getting up early. Let them see you not losing your temper. Let them see, and that's the way they will learn. Somebody once said, I can't hear a word that you're saying because your actions are speaking far too loud. So be an example to your kids. Google quotes of the day and read them. Google happy quotes and read them. Go on YouTube and find motivational videos that float your boat, and just sit for 5 minutes and watch motivational videos. Stop making excuses. Somebody once said that excuses are like bums. Let me do it correct, otherwise it's going to sound very naff, okay? Excuses are like arseholes. Everybody's got one. Don't be that person. Stop making excuses. Change something, even if it's one thing. Just change it. Change anything, and you'll watch the difference that will make in your life. Stand up, step forward, shut up, stop complaining, do something. You see, what I'm talking about now are the things that you can do. You don't have to be great with words. You don't have to be an orator. It's wonderful if you are, if you can inspire and motivate other people with your words and your stories and your examples. But here's the thing. If they see you doing it by your actions, man. So what we're saying is you are the motivator. You are the inspirer. People need light. Be the light. I love that. Be the light, brother. You see, the people around you need to feel inspired. They need to see hope. They need to hope. That's the word. People need hope. They need to feel and see that there is hope. And where they get that from? They get that from their leaders. And again, I don't care whether you're leading your family. I don't care whether you're leading a big company or a small company. I don't care whether you're leading a soccer team or whether you're leading a netball team. Wherever you are, oh, hey, and you don't even have to be that chosen leader. You can just be someone in that team that affects the people around them, that gives them hope and love and joy. And the best way is to be an example. So 2022, let's do that. 2022 is the gift of pure potential. It can be whatever you want it to be. Now, go out and mold it and shape it. And don't let it just happen. I'm just going to see what happens this year. Don't do that. Go out and take this year by the scruff of the neck and you try and make it the way you want it. And hey, is it going to turn out the way you want it? There's a good chance that it probably won't. But here's the thing. Make sure that you fight. Make sure that you try. Make sure that you try and mold it. So at least at the end of the year, again, you can walk into December battered and bruised and punched and hit and look at this year and say, I gave it my best shot. Because when you do that, listen, you're going to get results. But more importantly, you are going to inspire people around you. So this year, 2022, be the inspiration. 2022, the new year, own it, mold it, and show us how it's done. Happy New Year.